Welcome to Layer the Alchemist, where we discuss all things heavy metal and hard rock, and welcome to another edition of Sabbath Sunday. This is where we get together on Sundays to discuss all things Black Sabbath. And for this Sunday, Darren wasn't able to join me. Our schedules didn't line up, so we're going back to our Sabbath Trivia Challenge. I've got 5 Black Sabbath questions for you. One of them, the mega superfan question, all right? Going to read them down. And then at the end, I'm going to go back and I'm going to give you the answers. So no cheating, no looking on Google or looking on your phone. Let's see how well you know Black Sabbath. Okay, number 1. This person was the sound engineer on the first 3 Black Sabbath albums and would go on to be the producer on some of Judas Priest's biggest albums. This person was the sound engineer on the first 3 Black Sabbath albums, would go on to be the producer on some of Judas Priest's biggest albums. Number 2, from the Black Sabbath family tree, this is Randy Rhoads' middle name. What is Randy Rhoads' middle name? Number 3, Black Sabbath covered the song Evil Woman on their first album. Who was the band who originally recorded this song? Who was the band who originally recorded the song Evil Woman, which was on the first Black Sabbath album? Number 4, how many studio albums would the Ronnie James Dio fronted band Elf release? And bonus points if you can name all 3 of them. How many studio albums would the Ronnie James Dio fronted band Elf release? And extra bonus points if you can tell me one of those albums Ronnie played bass on. And extra bonus points if you can tell me who the other bass player was on the other 2 albums. And I say this already, if you can also name the albums too. That's bonus points for that. All right, now here's the super mega fan question. All right, this is a tough one. if somebody gets this out there, hats off to you. These 2 Ozzy-era Sabbath albums were released on different years, but on the same month and date. Okay? They have the same month and the same date of the month that they were released, but of course they were released in different years. What were those 2 Ozzy-era Sabbath albums? All right, let's go back to the answers. Are you ready? If you haven't got them yet, pause the video. Here we go, answers. This person was a sound engineer on the first 3 Black Sabbath albums and would go on to be the producer on some of Judas Priest's biggest albums. That's Tom Allom. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but he was the sound engineer on the first 3 Sabbath albums, and he will go on to produce many Judas Priest albums, starting with, I think, Unleashed in the East. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know he was on Unleashed in the East, so I'm pretty sure he started there. And was there for British Steel, Screaming for Vengeance, Defenders of the Faith. He was with the band for some time. All right, next one. This is Randy Rhoads' middle name, William. Randall William Rhoads is his full name. Number 3. Black Sabbath covered the song Evil Woman on their first album. Who was the band who originally recorded this song? The band's name was Crow. Crow. You can look up their version of Evil Woman. Pretty close to the Sabbath version. Sabbath didn't do anything too. There's actually 2 Sabbath versions of that song. One that's just guitar, just the band, and there's another one that has horns in it. So if you can find both of those, it's pretty interesting. Number 4, how many studio albums would the Ronnie James Dio fronted band Elf release? 3. Bonus points if you can name them. Elf, Carolina County Ball, and Trying to Burn the Sun. And Ronnie played bass on the first one, the self-titled one, Elf, and Craig Gruber would play bass on the next 2. Craig Gruber would follow Ronnie into Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow and play on the first Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow album. More bonus Sabbath trivia for you. Craig Gruber would be involved in the early writing sessions of Heaven and Hell, and it's disputed. He claims that his bass is actually on the Heaven and Hell record, although that's disputed. He claims that he wrote some of the stuff on Heaven and Hell. I believe Die Young is one that he claimed that he wrote most of. So never really full answer, never given to that one. That was a bit of a Sabbath mystery. Okay, the Superfan Mega $1 Million Question. These two Ozzy-era Sabbath albums were released on different years, but on the same month and date. All right, it was Volume 4 and Technical Ecstasy. They were both released on September 25th. Volume 4 was 1972, and Technical Ecstasy was, I didn't write this down, 76. All right, bonus points if you know what year Technical Ecstasy was released on, but they were both released on September 25th. From what I can tell, those are the only two Sabbath albums that are like that, released on the same date. All right, let me know. You can put your answers down below. Let me know how many of them you got, and we'll see you at the next Sabbath Sunday.